As the Rockies welcome the Chicago White Sox back here at Coors Field. Once again, I got to change a couple of settings here as we get underway here. Rockies welcoming the Chicago White Sox as Kyle Freeland gets the start here for the Rockies. They'll face Leury Garcia, the first batter for the White Sox, and he fouls that one away. Well, Kyle Freeland, one of the top starters for the Rockies so far this season, as he's been enjoying some success. Here's the 0-1. Swings to that one. It's 0-2. Well, the Rockies coming off a series victory against the Brewers, whereas Sunday, John Gray goes 8 shutout innings. He had the day off yesterday and hands the ball to Kyle Freeland, who looks to keep that train rolling. They had a walk-off victory on Saturday. Then the victory on Sunday. And so after a rough week last week, after getting swept by the Giants, and then losing game one, as this one's lined into center field. That's a base hit, so Garcia's on to lead off this game. And the White Sox are in business here with the leadoff man on. Pitch down around the knees, but he's able to keep up with it. Lines that one into center field. I'll bring up Yoan Moncada. First pitch to him. Called strike the knees of that curveball. It's 0-1. Freeland, the number 3 starter in the Rockies lineup right now. Here's the 0-1 to Moncada. Tapped foul. It's 0-2. Young star signed out of Cuba. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This one's flying out to right field. Blackmon's underneath it. He makes the catch. He'll fire that one in. Charlie Blackmon back out there for the Rockies after nursing a sprained ankle a couple days. Here's the Chicago White Sox lineup. Garcia's in center. He bats first. Yoan Moncada at third. Tim Anderson, the shortstop, batting third. Eloy Jimenez batting fourth, playing left. Jose Abreu at first. Yasmani Grandal behind the dish, batting sixth. Nomar Mazara batting seventh. Danny Medic at second base, batting eighth. And Ronaldo Lopez getting the start for the White Sox. Pitch out here, but nothing doing here as Garcia retreats back. Tim Anderson, so far this season, hitting .233, 4 homers, 11 RBIs. It's fourth on the team. White Sox team that's currently in fourth in their division in the AL Central. 1-0 misses low. It's 2-0. Anderson was picked back in 2013 in the first round by the White Sox. Here's the 2-0. Called strike in the outside corner. It's 2-1. Here's the 2-1, misses up and in. It's 3-1. Runner goes. Called strike. The throw down, not in time as Garcia swipes second, so that'll run the count full. Good jump by Garcia. And Wolters didn't even have a chance to get him as he slides in safely, and now full count on Anderson. That was a called strike, and there's one out here. Here's the 3-2. Check swing, and that'll miss low, ball 4. So men on first and second now with one out. And the Chicago slugger Eloy Jimenez. Then he's second on the White Sox. He's got 6 homers, but he's only hitting .202 this season so far, 10 RBIs. Here's the first pitch to Jimenez. Misses high, ball 1. Another one signed out of the Dominican Republic. Had a really breakout season last year. The young star. Here's the 1-0 to Jimenez. This one's fouled away. Part of a good core for the White Sox as they continue to rebuild and try and... The 1-1 called strike at the knees as they try to get themselves competitive in a very rough Central Division in the American League. It's kind of been up in the air. Offense has been dominated by the Indians mostly, but it's kind of rotated around the power dynamic in the Central. This one's fouled away. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Chopper to second. Story will take it to first. Didn't have a play at second. And there's 2 away now. Just the nature of that chop, Story had to charge it hard. Only play was to first, as by the time he got to it, Anderson was already sliding into second. Jose Abreu, now the first baseman, will come in now. It's in 268 on the year. First pitch to Abreu misses inside. It's 1-0. Abreu signed out of Cuba. Spent his entire career with the White Sox, 6 years, and just re-signed with the White Sox during the offseason. One of the many pieces of action that the White Sox took during the busy offseason for them. Here's the 1-0. Tapped right in front of the home plate. Walters has got it. He'll fire to first to retire the side, so... The White Sox get 2 men on, but they can't do anything more than that. We head to the bottom of the first. No score here as Colorado will take their first hacks. Ronaldo Lopez gets the start here for the White Sox. 7th start of the year. He's 1-3 with a 4.31 ERA. 27 strikeouts to 15 walks. 1.21 whip. And 31 and a third innings of work, so looking to tame this Rockies offense, which is trying to hit a 3-game winning streak at the point. Trevor Story will lead off today, kind of a mix-up in the lineup. As David Dahl bats second. Story riding a 6-game hitting streak, as Bud Black will put him in at the leadoff spot today. Story hitting .216 on the year. Here's the first pitch to Story. Swinging and a miss through that one, and it's strike 1. Like I said, the White Sox 13-16. They're 3rd in the AL Central. It's been interesting in the Central. It's been such a power dynamic, just shifting all the time. A couple of years where the Royals were in contention. The Tigers were dominating them. It's been the Twins and the Indians these past couple of years. Here's the 1-1. Called strike. It's been a while for the White Sox. Dominating. Here's the 1-2. And swinging and a miss, and so Story strikes out to start the Rockies half of the first. And there's 1 away here. Want the breaking ball there. And Story's down on strikes. That'll bring up David Dahl, the center fielder. Lopez shakes off the sign. Here's the first pitch to Dahl. Swings to that fastball. It's 0-1. Dahl hitting .215 with 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the year. Last time the White Sox won the Central Division was 2008. Of course, they won the World Series in 2005. Here's the 0-2. Line right at the third baseman, Moncada, who fires over to Abreu, playing in the shift. And so there's quickly 2 away here for the Rockies. Here's how the Rockies will line up. Trevor Story leading off, playing short. David Dahl, center field. Nolan Arenado batting third at third base. Charlie Blackmon in right field batting cleanup. Daniel Murphy at first, then Ryan McMahon at second. Sam Hilliard in left today. And Tony Walters doing the catching behind the plate. Sam Hilliard getting the start today in place of Ian Desmond. And has the first pitch slider to Arenado's there. Arenado on a 6-game hitting streak. He's in 324. 8 home runs. Had a home run on Sunday against the Brewers. The 0-1 to Arenado misses outside. It's 1-1. Lined into left, but he's there to make the catch, and that'll retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down for the Rockies here in the bottom half of the first. We head to the top of the second. No score here. And Chicago is here in Colorado for some interleague action. The catcher Yasmani Grandal will get the start here in the second inning. He's third on the White Sox in batting average, a .277 average, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Yasmani Grandal, one of the big acquisitions for the White Sox during the offseason. Really solidifying them behind the plate. It brings a lot of good experience behind the plate. And at the dish, had a good year with Milwaukee last year as he was on a 1-year deal. That pitch misses high. It's 1-1. Of course, Rockies fans will know him as a long time in the National League West. It's been quite a few years with the Dodgers, doing a lot of damage and being a nuisance to the Rockies. Here's the 1-1. Tap foul. Here's the 1-2. Misses low, 2-2. Just missed getting the call at the knees. Freeland kind of asking where that was. Getting more clarification on that. And that'll even the count at 2 against Grandal. But among catchers, he was the best commodity on the market for the free agents. Oh, it's fouled away, 2-2. As is always the case, the catching market isn't usually as strong for Major League Baseball free agency. That pitch misses high. That'll run the count full. It'll be interesting to see what happens this upcoming offseason and the years coming. Eyes are on JT Realmuto, who's with the Phillies right now, and his contract is running out. Here's the 3-2. This one's line foul down the first base line. And it'll keep the count where it is. Arguably the best catcher in the game, and we'll see. Be interesting to see where he goes and for how much. Rounded right back up the middle for a base hit, and Grandal, after a lengthy at bat, gets a leadoff single. And the White Sox have their leadoff man here on again in 2 straight innings. We'll see there again that expertise and professionalism for Yasmani Grandal. Able to get the base hit there after a lengthy at bat. Nomar Mazara now hitting as he takes strike 1. The long time he's with the Texas Rangers, acquired via the trade. He's third on the White Sox in batting average, .279 average. 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. This one's hit right through the hole, through the left side, and so Mazara gets on, and there's 2 on now to lead off the inning with nobody out. Just takes it the other way off that slider. Hits it through the hole, and now there's 2 men on, nobody out for Danny Mendick. Here's the first pitch to Mendick. Called strike the letters. It's 0-1. Mendick, the second baseman, leads the White Sox with a .304 average. 16 RBIs, 2 homers. Grounded past the first baseman. Blackmon gets it. Grandal, and that throw goes all the way back to the wall. That's going to score a run. As Blackmon got to it easily, Grandal was going to stop at third, and that was loaded the bases, but Blackmon with an errant throw to the cutoff man. That scores Grandal. And now there's men on second and third, nobody out here in the second, with Reynaldo Lopez, the pitcher, up to the plate. Confusing turn of events there as Grandal, who doesn't run well, was going to stop at third. But Blackmon overthrows Daniel Murphy, the cutoff man, sails all the way to the backstop. And Grandal was able to get in before the tag. And so now they find themselves down 1-0 with still nobody out and two men in scoring position. The 1-1 to Lopez. Called strike the letters, it's 1-2. It's always interesting to see these American League pitchers take their hacks here in National League parks. As you can tell, they're very unfamiliar with the territory, or uncomfortable with it at least. It's 2-2 now on Lopez. This one's skied out to deep left field. Hillier going back. This has a chance, and it is gone! A 3-run homer by Reynaldo Lopez, the Chicago White Sox pitcher. And immediately this inning has just derailed itself. 4 straight hits for the White Sox end in a 3-run shot by their pitcher. Kyle Freeland just shaking his head. He got a good piece of that one, and now it's 4-0 White Sox here in the second. And Lurie Garcia will take his cuts here with nobody out still. And Freeland just trying to reset now. Trying to mop up this inning. Here's the 0-1. Swing in the dirt. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Misses high. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's the first out of the inning. So Freeland gets his first strikeout and the first out in the second here. Joan Moncada will step into the box now. Nice pitch there down in the zone. So there's one out here from Moncada. First pitch from Freeland. That one's lined foul. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just misses outside and evens count at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Taps that one foul. It's 1-2. As I was saying earlier, at the top of the inning, Yasmani Grandal, one of the White Sox acquisitions. This one skied out to left center field. Hilliard's there to make the catch, and there's 2 away here in the second. Nice jump there by Hilliard. Good piece of hitting there. Got a good piece of it, but under it a little too much. I'll bring up Tim Anderson, who walked in the first inning. But the White Sox were very busy during this offseason. 2 off-seasons of them rumored of being busy. Now pitch misses low. It's 1-0. A couple of the signings. They signed Dallas Keuchel, Edwin Encarnacion. They re-signed Jose Abreu, Yasmani Grandal, Gio Gonzalez, and then the trade for Nomar Mazara. Misses inside 2-0. Walters trying to calm down Freeland there. Obviously, probably getting frustrated out there on the mound. But a very busy offseason for the White Sox, trying to improve, chase down that title again. That pitch misses high. It's 3-0. And they're in a prime spot where the Indians are kind of refiguring things out. The White Sox, or the Royals, still trying to figure it out. The Detroit Tigers in a rebuild as that pitch misses low. So Anderson walks again on 4 straight pitches. And there's 2 outs now with the man on first for Eloy Jimenez. Ground out victim in the first, as he will be the 9th man to bat this inning. The only real threat at the moment still is the Twins, who have really improved themselves. Set the major league record for most home runs in a season by a single team last season. Part of that runner takes off for second, called strike at the knees. The throw down, not in time as Anderson slides in safely. Good jump there by Anderson. Well, here in this MLB The Show simulation, Kyle Freeland's delivery is the same as it was in previous years, where he has that stutter step. Reports in spring training that the real Kyle Freeland has eliminated that. Just trying to help himself get a better rhythm and groove while he's pitching. Anderson at second. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside. 1-2. One to the count here on Eloy Jimenez. White Sox up 4-0. It's the 1-2 lifted high to left field. Hilliard's underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that'll finally retire the side. But Reynaldo Lopez doing the dirty work here for the White Sox. He's put up his club 4-0 with that 3-run shot. And as the Rockies looking to bounce back here, I'll bring up Charlie Blackmon, who's back into the lineup in the midst of a 9-game hitting streak, hitting .360, 6 homers, 16 RBIs. He'll take his first cuts here against Reynaldo Lopez. Had a while to breathe, to relax on the bench in the dugout, so hopefully he's not too winded from having to run the bases. Here's the 1-0, tapped into the shift. Shortstop has got it. Anderson throws it over to Abreu, and there's one away. Well, here's how the White Sox will line up defensively from left to right. Got Eloy Jimenez, Lurie Garcia, Nomar Mazara. And then in the infield, got Yohan Moncada, Tim Anderson, Danny Mendick, Jose Abreu, and Yasmani Grandal doing the catching. White Sox, kind of like the Rockies, struggling defensively. They're 15th in the American League in fielding percentage. Here's the first pitch to Murphy, who's back up into the 5 spot today. Was batting lower in the lineup. But Black kind of trying to shift things around, move guys up and down, and trying to figure out the right combination to jumpstart this offense. Here's the 0-1 to Murphy. He misses inside. It's 1-1. Murphy in these last 3 games, he's scored 2 runs. Primary first baseman for the Rockies.
Count is 2-1.
The 2-1, that one's fouled away. It's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. This one's flared into left field, beats the shift, so that's going to be extra bases for Daniel Murphy as it bounces off the wall, and he's in easily with a 1-out double. We've seen Murphy do that a couple times. Just flares it off the tip of his bat to the other field. Because with him being a left-hander, they're shifted over. And so there's a lot of real estate there in left field for him to get. Weak shot into left, and that'll put a man on second now with 1 out. Ryan McMahon will come in. He's in .233 on the year. Rockies looking at a 4-0 deficit here in the second inning. Still a lot of baseball left, and they want to start chipping away at that. First pitch to McMahon misses inside. His last 6 games, McMahon has been hitting about 349, 348. That pitch misses up and in. It's 2-0. A lot of the Rockies starting to heat up as they've been doing better. The 2-0. Flare out to left field. This has a chance, and that'll get caught by Jimenez. And there's 2 away here. Runner on second. I'll bring up Sam Hilliard. Sam Hilliard, the left fielder, playing for Ian Desmond today. In 333 on the year with 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Here's the first pitch to Hilliard. This one's hit well out into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Easy RBI double for Sam Hilliard. So the first pitch he sees from Lopez passes down to center field. That'll score Murphy, and the Rockies are on the board here. Got that one into the gap in right center field. Now bringing up Tony Walters with 2 outs. Walters hitting .305. We've been seeing a lot of Walters lately. As with the platoon situation with Diaz, whenever there's a right-hander on the mound, we'll see Walters. Here's the 0-1. This is low, ball 1. Yes, on Sunday's game, he went 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Here's the 1-1 to Walters. Check swing, but it's 2-1 now. As we go throughout today's game, we'll look more at the White Sox and also a couple of the headlines for the MLB lately. This one's got out to right field. Mazzara is going to be there to make the catch, and that'll retire the side for the Rockies here in the second. But they get a run back thanks to the RBI double by Sam Hilliard. And we get to the top of the third. White Sox lead this one 4-1. Well, Kyle Freeland getting ready to get back at it. You're trying to bounce back after a very rough second inning after giving up 4 runs. Yes, Monty Grandal will lead things off for Eloy Jimenez or Jose Abreu. I do not know my lineup today. Jose Abreu will take his axe now. 0 for 1, ground out in the first. There's the first pitch to Abreu. Called strike of the letters, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 to Abreu. This is outside 1-1. Jose Abreu, always an intriguing target for the Rockies. They've always kind of been linked to him, either via the trade or free agency. First base, one of the needs the Rockies are always trying to fill. Ever since Todd Helton retired, it's kind of been a revolving door for them. And a lot thought Jose Abreu would be a perfect fit. A power-hitting first baseman who's pretty decent fielding his position and a good bat in the lineup. Here's the 2-2. That one's fouled away. 2-2. And personally, I think that would he always seems like a good fit, an affordable fit. But I think he's always just wanted to stay with the White Sox. He's enjoyed his time there. There's talks of him really wanting to talk about an extension with them, stick around. And looks like they kept around him. It's their rebuild. Swing and a miss One over his shoe tops, and now there's the first out of the inning here as Abreu sat down via the strikeout. Curveball just right around down his shoe tops, had him swinging through it. He isn't quite able to golf that one out, and that'll bring up Yasmani Grandal with one out. Grandal singled, came around to score his first time up. Here's the 1-0. This is outside 2-0. Well, in his last game, Grandal went 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Here's the 2-0. Misses high, 3-0. So Freeland pitching carefully here to Grandal. But he's still at risk of walking him, and you're not out of the woods yet. There's still a lot of power coming up behind him. Here's the 3-0. That one's fouled away. Swinging 3-0. I'll run the count to 3-1. Here's the 3-1 to Grandal. That one's fouled well away. Runs the count full. And this is what it got to for Grandal his first time around. Ran the count full. And then just hit a ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. As he pops this one foul. Murphy giving chase, but that gets wailed up into the seats. Freeland at 66 pitches. Not what he was hoping for, as this one's to foul territory and right. Blackman making a sliding attempt, but he comes up empty. And we'll do it again here. Another payoff pitch. This one will stay fair now, as it's right at Blackman for out number 2 here in the inning. So Freeland gets the first 2 men. And he'll take on Nomar Mazara here. Had a single, came around to score on the home run by Lopez. Kyle Freeland, the hometown kid at Jefferson. Here's the first pitch to him. Runs up and in. Hits Mazara. So first pitch from Freeland drills Mazara, and so there's a man on with 2 outs here in the third. Now right, the second baseman, Danny Mendick. He singled and came around to score. In the second, the White Sox had 4 straight hits, culminating in 4 runs. First pitch to Mendick. Called strike the letters at strike 1. Mendick leads the White Sox with 32 hits. One misses high. It's 1-1. Well, Kyle Freeland, after a phenomenal 2017-2018, really struggled in 2019. Really just lost his rhythm, had blisters and other things. It's kind of derailed his season. Here's the 1-2. That bounces in the dirt, gets away a little bit, as Mazara will move up to second on that one. Out goes a wild pitch. And it's now 2-2 with the man on second for Danny Mendick. 2 outs still here in the inning. And Freeland was hoping that he could bounce back in 2020. Taps that one foul. As after 2018, when he basically became the ace, kind of lost that status, and it was inherited by Herman Marquez. Here's the 2-2. Misses low, and I'll run the count full. 22 pitches this inning for Kyle Freeland. He's in the neighborhood of 75 pitches right now. So we may not even see him take his first cuts here. Here's the 3-2. Swings to that one, and that'll retire the side. Freeland gets through the third. We head to the bottom of the third. Rockies looking to rally here. So they're down by 3 here against Chicago in this interleague matchup. So we have Kyle Freeland to lead things off here against Ronaldo Lopez. As Bud Black will try to squeeze 4 innings out of Freeland. That pitch misses low. Freeland was the first-round draft pick in 2014. This is inside. It's 2-0. Phenomenal rookie season 2017. It's a debut against the Dodgers here at Coors Field. The Coors Field opening day. Called strike. It's 2-1. In 2018, it just seemed like every time Freeland was on the mound, you were going to win. Garnered 4th or 5th place in the National League Cy Young Award voting. Just missed out on the All-Star game. Started that wild card game against the Cubs. This one sky down to center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So it's the pitchers today, both a hit apiece. Freeland with a leadoff single. Freeland, who loves to hit. Went down, golfs that one into center field on the sinking line drive. So I'll bring up Trevor Story, strikeout victim in the first. Here's the first pitch to Story. Called strike with that slider up and in. The Story, like many of the Rockies hitters, just trying to up their average. Have a little bit more consistent success at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Fly out to center field. Ranging back. And he'll make the catch on the warning track. That ball just kept carrying. And he's finally able to catch up to it. But there's one away here. Runner with a man on first. I'll bring up David Dahl. Well, poor David Dahl. He announced on social media that he's retiring from the Players League. Went 6-23 in the Players League of MLB The Show. And his season basically over. Humorous post on social media saying he's hanging up the controller.
Outside, that's the ball.
Never going to play MLB The Show again. Which, that's rough. I was looking at how they're doing those games, and the fact that it was just 3 innings, that's just hard. It is really hard to get anything going in 3 innings. If a guy just somehow hits a home run in the first, and pretty easy as this is a cue shot over to third, and Makata's got it, so there's 2 away here. After the leadoff single by Kyle Freeland, there's quickly 2 outs here, and Nolan Arenado comes up. Line out in the first. Had a home run in Sunday's game. Towering solo shot to left. Here's the first pitch. That misses up and in. Won his career, Arenado with a 33.1 WAR in his 7 seasons. And you want him out on the field every day you can. You want him playing as much as possible. 2-0 as he hits that fastball out to center field. He's got it. Now he'll retire the side. So the Rockies get a leadoff single, but they can't do anything more than that. We head to the 4th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the White Sox. They lead this one 4-1. As Ronaldo Lopez will come in. Had a 3-run homer in the second. Well, now you think leading off, you've just hit a home run at Coors Field as an American League pitcher. Probably itching to keep swinging that bat. Here's the 1-0 to Lopez. Called strike at the letters at that. slider. Jeff Hoffman warming up in the Rockies bullpen. He's the typical long man for the Rockies. May look at getting a spot start here and there. Here's the 1-1 to Lopez. Popped up on the infield. Story ranging over. He'll make the catch, and there's one away here in the fourth. So no home run this time for Lopez. As Freeland is at 79 pitches. So his leash is definitely short. We'll see how long Bud Black lets him go. And I'm sure at the first sign of trouble, he's going to go to Hoffman. It's the first pitch. Misses high, ball one. Freeland has just been laboring through this game, especially in that second inning. Seen a lot of full counts. 1-0 just misses outside. 2-0. And pitches like that, just missing the close pitch, the close call on the edges of the zone. 2-0 delivery to Garcia. That one's fouled away. That was the 2-1 pitch. Lined into right. Diving attempt by Blackman, but it gets past him. Garcia's going to round second. Heading to third, and he'll be into third with a one-out triple. Sinking line drive. Blackman tried to dive to make the catch. He gets all the way to the wall. Not really sure where it went, as Dahl had a long way to come to back it up. So there's the man on third with one out. And Yohan Moncada up to the plate. Watches that pitch low. It's ball one. A lot of bad luck for Kyle Freeland today, and the Rockies in general. So here comes the 1-0 pitch to Moncada. And a called strike at the knees. 1-1. Moncada hitting 130 with runners in scoring position. Freeland looking to pitch his way out of a jam here. 1-1 to Moncada. Shallow fly ball center field. That's going to get caught by Story, and so Garcia will have to stay put at third. Huge out there for Freeland. Now there's two men gone. That eliminates the sacrifice fly. Now he just looks at getting Tim Anderson, who's walked twice in this game. Here's the first pitch to Anderson. Hit high and deep to left center field. This is going to get down. That'll one-hop the wall. And that'll be a ground rule double. So an RBI for Tim Anderson. First pitch he sees, misses up. And he just punishes that out to left center field. That scores Garcia from third. And so Anderson at second with two outs. Eloy Jimenez stand in now. It's 5-1 White Sox. Line shot to third. Arenado snags it, and that'll retire the side. But Tim Anderson adds on another for the White Sox with that RBI double. And that'll turn it over to the Rockies with Charlie Blackman leading things off. Ground out victim in the second. Rockies' first time through the lineup. This one's line shot right at Mendick, who's playing in the shift. So one pitch, one out for the Rockies here in the fourth. Hard hit ball down in the zone by Blackman, but unfortunately right at Mendick. And so there's one away here for Daniel Murphy, who doubled, came around to score his first time up. First pitch swinging again. That one's skied down to right, but an easy play for Mazar, and there's quickly two away. Rocky is not being too patient here, being aggressive against Lopez. but it's only resulted in 2 outs. Number Brian McMahon flew out in the second inning. The 0-1 to McMahon. It's quickly 0-2 with that strike at the knees. The 0-2 just misses outside with that fastball. It's 1-2. Well, Lopez has been efficient. He's only at 44 pitches here with 2 outs in the fourth. And that runs in and hits McMahon. And so that'll put a man on with 2 outs. Sam Hilliard will now step in. RBI double his last time up. Scored Murphy. As far as 3 for 7 on the young season. An exciting player when he got called up last September. At the end of August and into September at the Rockies. Put on a show. Had 7 home runs. This one's hit out to center field. Garcia can't make the catch. That's going to get down, bounce off the wall. McMahon will score, and Hilliard will stop at third. And now it's 5-2 White Sox. An RBI triple for Sam Hilliard. Good piece of hitting. Got a good piece of it. Just kept carrying out of the reach of Garcia in center. Bounces off the wall, and Hilliard, who runs well, is in there easily with an RBI triple. I'm going to have Tony Walters with 2 outs and a man on third. This is low, ball 1. And that's been part of the discussion for Hilliard. Can he take away playing time, earn himself playing time more regularly in platoon situations with Ian Desmond? Tony Walters is ahead in the count now, 2-0. Tapia has been struggling. He's been mostly pinch hitting duties, but we haven't seen much of Hilliard. But what we have, he's been successful. Called strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. And if this trend continues, 2 extra base hits, 2 RBIs so far in this game. See if Bud Black gives him more time in the lineup at least. Desmond, who has been struggling throughout his whole time with the Rockies. See if Hilliard can kind of take over some of those duties. At least take more of the time. Here's the 3-1 to Walters. Misses high, ball 4. So Walters draws the 2-out walk. Now bringing up the pitcher spot. We'll probably see a pinch hitter here for Freeland. And we will, as Ryan Tapia will get the call here. Pinch hit for Kyle Freeland. Freeland, who had a disastrous start, gives up 5 runs in 4 innings. Just threw a lot of pitches. First pitch to Tapia. Swings, hit this one out to right field. This has a chance, and it is gone. 3-run jack for Raimel Tapia. You can kiss that one goodbye. First pitch he sees from Lopez, and Tapia deposits it into right field. And we are all tied up at 5 here in the 4th inning. Ran that pitch in. Tapia turns on it. Gave that one a ride. Bounces just off the top of the auxiliary scoreboard into the bleachers. Now bring up Trevor Story with 2 outs. Good 2-out rally hitting by the Rockies. McMahon got hit by the pitch. And then Hilliard with an RBI triple. Tony Walters then walks, put runners on the corners, and then Tapia hits the 3-run homer. So it's a brand new ball game for Trevor Story here. Freeland now off the hook. And Story puts a charge into this one. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to one-hop the wall, and a ground rule double for Story now. as all these hits have come with 2 outs. So I'll bring up David Dahl with a man on second, 2 outs. This is up and away on Dahl. It's 1-0. David Dahl 0 for 2 in this one. Saw Michael Kopech warming up in the White Sox bullpen. The 1-0 called strike. The letters. See there, Michael Kopech, Dane Dunning warming up for the White Sox. Kopech, one of the long men for the White Sox. Well, Lopez was cruising until this inning. Here's the 1-1. Line shot foul. Good piece. Got a good piece of it, but hooks it foul. It's 1-2 on Dahl now. Here's the 1-2. Hit through the hole. That'll be a base hit. Story will stop at third. It wasn't hit particularly hard. I'll put runners on the corners now. Slider, trying to go the backdoor slider, but Dahl sticks with it. Pulls it for a base hit, and they'll bring up Arenado with men on the corners and 2 outs. First pitch to Arenado just misses outside. Arenado 0 for 2 in this one. Rockies putting on a good 2-out rally here against Ronaldo Lopez. That's 66 pitches now. Was at 44 to start the inning. And that's a base hit into the right field, and that'll score Story. And just like that, the Rockies lead this now 6-5. And that'll bring up Charlie Blackmon now. 2 outs. Blackmon led off the inning. Takes the first pitch curveball for strike 1. Lined out to Mendick, who was playing in the shift to start off the inning. Who quickly went Blackmon and Murphy, quick outs. And this one's hit out to right center field. Mazzara ranging back. Makes the play just shy of the wall, and that'll retire the side. But the Rockies rally, and they now take the lead 6-5. Toppy with a 3-run homer that tied it up at 5. We head to the 5th. And Jeff Hoffman getting the call here, making his 11th appearance. He's 1-0 on the year. 3.86 ERA, 9 strikeouts to 6 walks. Usually kind of a middleman, kind of bridging the gap. Goes at least 1 or 2 innings, at least until he runs into trouble or his spot in the lineup comes up. He'll face Jose Abreu. First pitch, slider misses outside. First 1-0, misses outside. It's 2-0. Well, before the Rockies rally started, I was trying to look up some headlines to talk about here. As that pitch misses outside, it's 3-0. Grandal waits on deck. A lot of news coming out here today for baseball in general. 3-0 misses. Oh, it's called strike at the letters. 3-1, a little bit of a gift there. And Hoffman shakes his head. Knew he kind of missed his spot. Got a gift there. 3-1 on Abreu. But from what headlines are saying, and that ball misses low, ball 4, so a leadoff walk to Jose Abreu. And there's a man on here for Yasmani Grandal. Questionable call there, but just misses low. And the White Sox have their leadoff man on. First pitch misses low on that curveball. Switch hitting Grandal switches over to the left side. He's 1 for 6 against Hoffman in his career. It's the 1-0. Misses outside. So Bob Nightingale of the USA Today is reporting that MLB officials are looking to start in late June and no later than July 2nd, playing at least 100 regular season games. This is according to 3 executives with knowledge of the talks. Potentially played in their own major league stadiums, but with no fans. MLB is considering a 3-division, 10-team plan. As Grandal walks there, so back-to-back walks here by Hoffman. There's nobody out here in the 5th. Nomar Mazara coming up. Teams only play within their division. It would get rid of American and National Leagues and realign to the divisions based on geography. Pitch misses inside. It's 1-0. So we'll look here at the possible realignment structure. That pitch misses outside. 2-0. Hoffman having a hard time finding the zone here in the 5th. That's kind of been one of his problems, is struggling finding the zone. So in the East, you have the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Nationals, Orioles, Phillies, Pirates, Blue Jays, Rays, and Marlins. Swings to that one. It's 2-1. And then in the West, you would just combine the... So basically, you're just combining the 2 divisions of National and American League and just combining those divisions. So you just have an East, West, and Central division. Here's the 2-1. Line back up the middle. Now it's a base hit. Abreu's going to score, and that'll tie the ball game back up at 6. Those walks will kill you. As the White Sox even this one up on that RBI single by Nomar Mazara, lined right back up the middle. Hoffman had to duck out of the way. So we're tied again at 6 here in the 5th. With Danny Mendick coming in. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Nobody out. Grandal at 2nd and Mazara at 1st. You have the benefit of Grandal not running well. First pitch to Mendick. Swings at that pitch. It's 0-1. Took a hefty hack at that fastball. Here's the 0-1. Line shot right at first. Snagged by Murphy, and there's one away here. Huge out there. As that had double written all over it, but Murphy's able to snag it. Now bring up Ronaldo Lopez, who's still in there. 3-run homer in the 2nd. First pitch to Lopez, misses the bunt. And it's 0-1. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with their baseball season. Here's the 0-1. Grounder to short to third. He goes to second, back over to first. Not in time. Heads up play there by Arenado, who's playing in. Picks it up, fires to second for the out. Numbering of Lurie Garcia, who's 2 for 3. The triple, a single, and a run scored in this one, but he's got 2 outs. And runners on the corners. So it'd be interesting to see what they try to figure out with these alignments, and it seems to look like Garcia takes it the other way, but Hilliard's there to make the catch. And that will retire the side. Hoffman gets out of the jam, but the White Sox are able to tie it back up. We're all evened up at 6. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Daniel Murphy will lead things off for the Rockies here in their bottom half of the 5th. Daniel Murphy 1 for 2 in this one, the double and a run scored. Here's the first pitch. Called strike at the knees with that changeup. It's 0-1. Murphy swinging 0-1, chops that one foul. Trying to take it the other way again. Defense playing in the shift. Here's the 0-2. Check swing, but they said he went around in the dirt. And they'll toss it down to first for the first out of the inning.
The batter number 24, second baseman.
Well, we were Ryan McMahon, who started the rally last inning, got hit by a pitch of all things, and then came around to score on the triple by Hilliard. First pitch to McMahon, takes the slider for strike one. The 0-1. This one's hit high and deep, and get out of here, ball. Home run. Solo shot for Ryan McMahon. And the Rockies take a 7-6 lead here in the fifth. No doubter down the line. And McMahon gives the Rockies the lead here again. Crushed that pitch. Just pulled it down the line. Had a chance. Didn't know if it was going to hook foul or not, but just wraps around the pole. 377 feet on that one. And that'll do it for Ronaldo Lopez. Gave up 6 runs in an inning and a third, as the Rockies have rallied to take the lead here in the fifth. We'll get a pitching change here for the White Sox as Michael Kopech making his 12th appearance. He's 1-1 with a 3.55 ERA. Walks have kind of been his Achilles heel. It's given up 25 walks as opposed to 23 strikeouts. Left-handers hitting .310 against him. Righty's hitting .262. He'll face Sam Hilliard, who's 2 for 2 in this one. First pitch swinging. Grounder to first. Abreu's got it. He'll flip over to Kopech, and there's 2 away. Rockies being aggressive in this one against the White Sox pitchers. Good play there by Jose Abreu. As I'm going to get Tony Walters over 1 with a walk and run scored. Well, in other baseball news, it's like that MLB is updating their policies on refunded tickets. This one's blasted out to right field. Get out of here, ball. Home run. Tony Walters with a solo shot. Absolutely crushed that one. Rockies with their second solo home run of the inning. And Tony Walters gives the Rockies a 2-run lead. Absolutely demolished that pitch. Everybody knew it was gone. 398 feet off into the right field bleachers. We'll get a pinch hitter here for Jeff Hoffman as Chris Owings will come in. What a phenomenal hit by Tony Walters. Sneaky power for him right there. We don't see him hit a lot of home runs, but that one was crushed. I'll bring Chris Owings hitting .258, primarily in a pinch hitting role. Here's the 1-0 to Owings. Swings through that one in the dirt. It's 1-1. We've seen Chris Owings come in a lot of double switches, specifically during the Giants and Brewers series. So he misses that one. It's 2-1. Rockies with 2 home runs in the inning. They're up 8-6 here in the fifth. A lot of offense here today. But as I was saying before, MLB has updated their policies, looking at allowing fans to get refunds on their tickets. I know a lot of teams have kind of been responding to fans, making that possible. It'll be interesting to see. This is a very peculiar time, sticky situation. It's a tricky situation to work with. But by this point, with the prospect of fans not even being able to go to games, ticket refunds probably are going to start happening. Called strike. That'll run the count full on Owings. It's 3-2. The 3-2. Wear down to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. Owings rounds first. He'll head into second. The throw in is offline. And Owings is in there with an RB with a two out double. I can't talk today, which is kind of ironic when you're trying to broadcast. But runner on second now with 2 outs. Trevor Story up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Rockies once again having some 2-out rallies. The home run by Walters. And the double here by Owings. First pitch to Story. Check swing. He holds up on that one, but it's called strike on the slider. Here's the 0-1 from Kopech. Bounces in the dirt, but good block there by Grandal, who throws it down to second, but Mendick's kind of like, what are you doing, man? I'm not even covering the bag. So it's 1-1 here on Trevor Story. Misses inside, 2-1. Rockies scored 5 runs in the 4th inning. The 2-1 misses inside, 3-1. They've scored 2 this inning. And this has been the offense they were missing against the Giants and the Brewers. Here's the 3-1. That'll miss inside, ball 4. So the 2-out walk to Story puts men on first and second, and David Dahl coming up to the plate.
Center fielder, David Dahl.
Here's the first pitch to Dahl, misses up and away. It's 1-0. Dahl hitting .412 with runners in scoring position. Good spot for him. It's 1-0. 2 outs. Men on first and second. Lines that one foul. It's 1-1. Trying to look at some other news here. It's the 1-1. Called strike. It's 1-2. Well, our thoughts and prayers here at the Sideline Crowd go out to Orioles first baseman Trey Mancini, who will be undergoing chemotherapy for stage 3 colon cancer. It's a check swing, but it's said he went around, and that'll retire the side here. Rockies get 2 runs via the 2 solo shots. We head to the top of the 6th. Moncada, Anderson, and Jimenez due up for the White Sox. But as we were saying, Trey Mancini diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, as we get a pitching change here for the Rockies. Iro Diaz, 18th appearance. He's got a 5.12 ERA, 14 strikeouts to 4 walks. He's got a 1-0 record and about 19 innings of work. He'll face Yohan Moncada. Said he had a malignant tumor removed shortly before turning 28 on March 18th. And he's been undergoing chemotherapy since April 13th. It's going to take about 6 months, so he's not going to be playing this year. First pitch is grounder to first. Murphy's got it. 1 away here. But that's definitely a scary time, especially, during a tricky time of a pandemic with the coronavirus. I'll bring up Tim Anderson. RBI doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 1 in this one with a couple of walks. First pitch to him, misses low, ball 1. So a scary time for Mancini and Jake McGee and Tyler Kinley warm up in the Rockies bullpen. Really a scary time amidst this pandemic, but thoughts and prayers go out to him. And definitely baseball becomes a lot smaller when we've got bigger things to deal with. Swings to that one, it's 2-1. So we wish him a speedy recovery and best of luck to him in that fight against cancer.
That's ball 3.
This is ball 3, so it's 3-1. Jimenez waiting, it's on deck. (3-1). Called strike on the outside corner, runs the count full. Mancini said in his own words, "I was only 27. No way I had that." So he's disbelief as Anderson swings through that one, and so that's the second out of the inning. Diaz making quick work of the White Sox here in the 6th. I'm going to put Eloy Jimenez. Really a scary time, and best of luck to him. That would be one of the benefits of there not being a 2020 season. Guys are able to just get healthy and worry about themselves. Worry about that instead of just having to worry about a baseball team and all that. Pitch misses outside. It's 2-0. The 2-0. Line through the hole through the left side. That's a base hit. So a 2-out single for Jimenez. Now you have Jose Abreu with 2 men out. Just misses over the heart of the plate a little bit up. Jimenez, it's a hard liner for a base hit. First pitch to Abreu. Grounded foul. The 0-1. Poked over to first. Murphy's got it, and that'll do it here in the 6th for the White Sox. With the bottom of the inning, Rockies lead this one 8-6. This game has quickly turned around after what looked like a disastrous start by Kyle Freeland. Rockies were down 4-1, but now they're up 8-6 here in the 6th as Nolan Arenado will lead things off. It's 1 for 3 with a RBI single. Jeff Passan of ESPN was writing in an article yesterday. Some more news that it's very likely it's going to be an MLB season. It's just a matter of when, where, and how. We shared that on the Sideline Crowd Facebook page. You can take a look at it there or on ESPN. Here's the 0-1. Popped up on the infield. Abreu will camp under it. He'll make the catch. And there's one away here for the Rockies in the 6th. Arenado just getting under that one and popping it up. Charlie Blackmon, he's 0 for 3 in this one in his return to the lineup after suffering a sprained ankle in Saturday's game. Just kind of nursing it. Took off Sunday and then the day off yesterday. Called strike down the middle heart of the plate. It's 0-1. So there'll probably be a spring training 2.0 and then just kind of figuring out the logistics of it. And the 0-1. One of the things that he writes about that I find interesting, and sadly it's becoming more of a reality of that minor league baseball most likely will not happen this season, with the prospects of rosters expanding even more. That's going to drain AAA rosters. And there's just the 1-2 comes, misses outside, 2-2. There's just way too many things happening with minor league baseball, too many logistics that you can't really account for. Blackman hits that one the other way. This is going to get to the wall. That's going to be a double for Blackman. So a 1-out double beats the shift. That's the second time that the Rockies have done that in this game. Daniel Murphy did it his first time around. 10-game hitting streak now for Charlie Blackman. Not doing too much, just slaps it the other way. Beats the shift, and so there's 1 out with a man on second. Daniel Murphy up to the plate now. Michael Kopech in his second inning of work. Called strike to the knees, it's 0-1. But there's just too many players, and then if minor league baseball, if they're not able to play with fans, it kind of defeats their ability to stay afloat, and so they're in a very hard spot. Some rumors is a writer from the Washington Post claiming that he got a newsletter that was sent to executives in minor league baseball. 1-1 misses inside 2-1, saying that they need to prepare they're going to start cutting the teams, that they are going to cut down the teams to 120 in the minors. So just a lot of questions still, and we probably won't know what happens to minor league baseball until Major League Baseball makes their final decision of what their plan's going to be and when they're going to resume play. So everybody's kind of in the race to figure out when they can start. This one's tapped to third. Moncada's got it. Holds the runner at second. Off balance throw to first. Gets Murphy. And there's 2 away here in the Rockies half of the 6th. So we'll see what happens. You're not really sure what can happen, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm bringing Brian McMahon had a solo home run his last time up. Finds a solo runner on second. 2 outs in an 8-6 ball game. Grounds that one foul. So again, it's just sort of a waiting game for everybody. What are you going to do? When's it going to happen? What's it going to look like? Here's the 0-1. Hard grounder to second, but Mendick's got it. And that'll retire the side. So the Rockies get a double by Charlie Blackman, but nothing more than that. We head to the top of the 7th. Rockies lead this one 8-6.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Rockies,
Tyler Kinley
Tyler.
will take the mound now for the Rockies. 16th appearance, 9.75 ERA. We can just really bounce back and still face the Osmani Grandal, who's 1 for 2. That pitch misses down and in. It's 1-0. The 1-0 to Grandal. Called strike. It's 1-1. One's fouled away. Now we're on the count to 1-2. Grandal. Had a walk his last time up. Jeff Hoffman had a precarious time in the 5th. That one's fouled away. The 1-2 got him swinging. And there's out number 1 here in the 7th. Good pitch there by Tyler Kinley. Ran it inside on him and kind of tied Grandal up. I'll bring up Nomar Mazara. Here's the 1-0. That one's fouled off. It's 0-1 on Mazara. Mazara's 2 for 2 in this one with an RBI and a run scored. think it was last season that Mazzara had that gigantic moonshot with the Rangers. Tied him up on that slider. It's 0-2. But just absolutely crushed it. Went to like the second or third deck at the Rangers stadium. Their old one. They're supposed to have a new one this year. 0-2. Got him swinging on the outside pitch, and there's 2 away here. Tyler Kinley with back-to-back strikeouts.
Now batting, the second baseman, Danny.
Slider on the outside corner. Mazzara, late swing on it, and now there's 2 away here for Danny Mendick. Wade Davis and Carlos Esteves warming up in the Rockies bullpen. Pitch misses low with that slider. It's 1-0. Danny Mendick 1 for 3 in this one. Single and a run scored. The 1-0. Grounder over to first. Murphy's got it. He'll flip it over to Kinley, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the White Sox here in the bottom of the top of the 7th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Rockies still leading this one 8-6. They've got 12 hits. It's Hilliard, Walters, and the pitcher spot are due up. White Sox will go for the double switch here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
Jace Fry will take the mound.
for the White Sox.
His 13th appearance.
And batting in the 7th spot,
4.32.
number 57, Jace Fry.
4.32 ERA.
And batting 9, number 73, Luis Basabe.
Mazzara will come out of the game. Called strike on Hilliard. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Hilliard. As Jace Fry, the lefty, is on the mound now. It's 0-2 on Hilliard. Misses low, 1-2. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. I definitely think after this season, going back to the MLB this year, that one bounces away. It's 3-2, runs the count full. Walters waits on deck. I'm not sure if baseball is going to look the same, at least maybe for the next couple of years. Here's the 3-2. Popped up foul. Fry comes off the mound to make the catch since they're in the shift. Moncada would have had a long way, and so there's one away here for Tony Walters. Had a towering home run in the 5th. That put the Rockies up 8-6, where we are now. One out here in the 7th. Jace Fry kicks and deals. And this one's crushed to deep right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So Walters will cruise into second, but he takes off for third. The throw to third, not in time. A one-out triple for Tony Walters. He just never stopped running. Thought he was going to stop at second. And he's just hustling. And he's in safely sliding into third base. And so the Rockies have a man on third with one out. And Ian Desmond will pinch hit here for Tyler Kinley. So runner on third. One out. First pitch to Desmond. Takes called strike one. Desmond getting the day off today, as Sam Hilliard started in his place in left field. Desmond hitting .231 on the year. The 0-1 swings to that one. It's 0-2. Jimmy Cordero and Kelvin Herrera warm up in the White Sox bullpen. Desmond in the second to last year of the 5-year deal he signed with the Rockies prior to 2017. Jam shot, but that's going to get caught by the right fielder. Nice play there. A little flare. Basabe came in making the catch. And now there's 2 away here for Trevor Story. Walters waits at third. Story's 1 for 3 in this one with a double and a run scored. This is low, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
I got 2-1 the count.
2-1 the count now. Well, the White Sox are in a 4-game losing streak currently. They've lost 6 of their last 10. They're sitting at 13-16 on the year. Rockies trying to improve to their 12th win of the season. Here's the 2-2 to Story. This is inside, runs the count full on that cutter. David Dahl waits on deck. Comes the 3-2 pitch. And a called strike 3. Story can't believe it. And that'll do it here in the 7th. We head to the 8th. Rockies leading this one 8-6. Trying to win number 3 in a row.
Your attention, please.
As Scott Oberg will get the call here to pitch the 8th in his 10th appearance. He's 0-1. 3.38 ERA, 9 strikeouts to 3 walks. 2.22 average versus right-handers, 3.13 against lefties as Luis Basabe came in the double switch, replaces Nomar Mazar, and he's here in the 9 spot. Line drive right at Trevor Story, who makes the catch, and there's 1 away here. It's 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 8th. It's Basabe a little too aggressive there, lines out. I'm bringing up Lurie Garcia, 2 for 4, triple, single, and a run scored in this one. Good leadoff man for the White Sox. First pitch from Oberg. Misses Downey with that changeup. Official attendance here at Coors Field, 27,706 people. Not as full of a night as you'd hope on a Tuesday night, but it's simulated, so doesn't really matter. Well, the Rockies have 1 more against the White Sox tomorrow, and then they head out on the road, I believe, to the Phillies, as Garcia gets this one down the line foul. This one's fouled away. Swing and a miss. Got Garcia, and there's 2 away here in the 8th. Most likely get Wade Davis in the 9th for the Rockies if they hold on to the lead as is. I'm going to bring up Yohan Moncada, who's 0 for 4 in this one. That one's fouled away. The 0-1 misses inside. So after tomorrow's game, then they have the day off Thursday. Then they begin a 3-game series against the weekend series against the Phillies in Philadelphia. And then they head to Detroit to take on the Tigers for 3. And then they'll be back here in Colorado from the May 7th through the 14th, taking on the Reds and the Giants for a couple of 4-game series. Here's the 1-2 to Moncada. Just misses outside with that fastball. It's 2-2. Well, this game took a weird turn as in the second inning, the White Sox took a 4-0 lead. Rockies were able to score a run. And as he swings and misses, and he's got Moncada. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Rockies lead this one 8-6. A clean inning for Scott Oberg. As the Jimmy Cordero will pitch for the White Sox in his 18th appearance. 1-1 record, 3.27 ERA, 21 strikeouts, 8 walks. Very effective reliever for the White Sox as David Dahl will lead things off. Trying to keep things where they're at, give the White Sox a chance in the top half of the 9th to at least try and tie this thing up or take the lead. Here's the 0-1 to Dahl. Called strike. It's quickly 0-2 on David Dahl. Jimmy Cordero hitting 97 with that fastball. Here's the 0-2 delivery to David Dahl. Chops that one foul. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Now misses up and in. It's 1-2. Well, the Denver post-Rockies, simulated Rockies, won this game. Sounds like they won theirs via the walk-off in like the 10th or 11th inning thanks to a walk-off homer by David Dahl. Hopefully we don't recreate that and just keep it where we're at now. The 8-6. Later tonight, the Purple Row Sim Rockies will get their shot. As Ben Kuchnikavich, Purple Row, will debut his at 6:45 Mountain Standard Time. Or Mountain Time. Dahl hits that one, keeps the count at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch lined into center field, but right at Garcia, and there's one away here in the 8th for the Rockies. Good at bat by David Dahl, but ends in a line out. Coming up, Nolan Arenado. Arenado in a interview the other day talking about how much he misses baseball, how he misses it every day, and well, you can't blame him. He lives and breathes baseball, so I can only imagine how hard this is for him. Saying he even misses just sitting there talking to the media people after a game.
Yep, that ball went out.
Pitch misses outside. It's 1-0. The 1-0 in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 just misses inside. It's 2-1. Comes the 2-1 to Arenado. One snagged at first base by Abreu, and there's 2 away here. They're not a good piece of it, but right at the first baseman. I'm going to go Charlie Blackmon with 2 outs. Blackmon double in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 4 in this one. Riding a 10-game hitting streak now. That pitch misses high, or catches the zone at the top. It's 0-1 now. Here's the 0-1 to Blackmon. Check swing, but it's called strike anyway. It's now 0-2. Pitch misses low. It's 1-2 now.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
Pitch misses inside. It's 2-2. Two and 2 pitch to Blackmon. And a grounder to second. Mendick's got it. Off balance throw, but he gets the out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Rockies here in the bottom of the 8th. But we head to the 9th. Chicago on their last legs. They're down by 2. Still have the heart of their order due up. And they'll be facing the Rockies closer, Wade Davis. Davis in his 11th appearance, he's 2-1. 4 for 5 in save opportunities. 4.66 ERA. Right-handers punishing him. They're hitting .417 against him. And they'll have Tim Anderson leads things off. Anderson 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Last time we saw, this one's lined into center field. That's going to down. So leadoff single. Now bring up the tying run to the plate. Anderson quickly pounces on Wade Davis. The first pitch he sees on the knuckle curve. Lines that out into center field. Davis in the last year of a 3-year deal with the Rockies has a mutual option for 1 more season. Eloy Jimenez now stands in. Watches that cutter down low. It's ball 1. And this is where you start to tug at your collar a little bit. Seeing if Wade Davis, who's having trouble, pick off to first. Anderson's back easily. Definitely a running threat to try to eliminate that double play possibility. He's 1-0. Flared into center field, but Dahl's there to make the catch. And there's 1 away here. Definitely playing no doubles on Jimenez. And makes the easy catch. There's 1 away here for Jose Abreu. Over 3. Runner on first. Throws over. Murphy's checking him. Pumping his fist, is trying to. Here comes the first pitch to Abreu. Called strike. 0-1. Well, in his career against Davis, Abreu is 0 for 10 with 6 strikeouts. That's the kind of numbers you want if you're Wade Davis, trying to nail down his 5th save of the year. Here's the 0-1. Grounder through the hole through the left side, and so 2 men on with 1 out, with Yasmani Grandal coming up to the plate. Abreu just throws his bat out there, hits it through the left side through the hole. And that'll bring up the go-ahead run at the plate, and Yasmani Grandal tying run at first. First pitch to Grandal. Called strike to the knees with that cutter. It's 0-1. Well, these are the moments that Wade Davis has struggled with in the past. You see, he has that high ERA. And he's had trouble preventing the damage when he pitches himself into a corner. Knuckle curve runs inside. It's 1-1. And that's been the most frustrating part. You saw the success he had with the Royals, with the Cubs, and then when the Rockies signed him, he had a successful first season in 2018. Led the National League in saves, and really struggled in 2019, and still wasn't without his struggles in 2018. Just misses outside, runs the count 2-2 on Grandal. Kind of in the same vein of Greg Holland, who had a phenomenal year in 2017 with the Rockies, then just kind of fell apart in the second half. Swing and a miss. He got him with that inside pitch. And Grandal sat down. There's now 2 outs. Went with the cutter inside. Just ties Grandal up, who took a defensive swing there. There's 2 away here as James McCann. Catcher James McCann will come into pinch hit here for the pitcher's spot after Mazar was taking on the double switch. Here's the first pitch with 2 outs. Called strike the letters. It's 0-1 on James McCann. Two outs, tying run at first. The 0-1 delivery. Lined into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Anderson will score. And it's a 1-run ball game now with the go-ahead run at second now. James McCann with an RBI single. Right down the middle of the plate, and McCann just jumps on it. Lined it into center. And now Danny Mendick will bat with 2 men on, 2 outs. Rockies lead this one 8-7. Davis kicks and deals. Justice is inside with that fastball. It's 1-0. Davis comes set. Checks at second. The throw. Called strike at the letters with that cutter. It's now 1-1. Some barking from the White Sox bullpen, or from the White Sox dugout. They didn't like that call. Thought it was a little bit high, but it's now 1-1 on Mendick. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss through that cutter. It's now 1-2. So the White Sox down to their last strike. Rockies fans are on their feet. The 1-2 delivery. Misses high. It's 2-2. Base hit most likely ties it. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Misses outside, runs it full. It's 3-2. Luis Basabe waits on deck. Wade Davis trying to nail this thing down, give the Rockies their 3rd win in a row. Nail his 5th save of the year. The 3-2 delivery. Grounded foul. Rockies trying to crawl their way back up in the National League West. Here's the 3-2 again. And it misses, ball 4. So that's going to load the bases here with 2 outs in the 9th. Tying run 90 feet away from scoring now. And Luis Basabe will hit now. Came in the double switch as Carlos Esteves is going to get the call to face him, making his 6th appearance. He's 1-0. 3 innings of work. He's got a 12 ERA. Hasn't done much work. Mostly in mop-up roles or clean-up innings. Situation like this, Basabe will switch over to the left side. Line out victim in the 1st. As Esteves will take over with bases loaded, 2 outs. Rockies lead this one 8-7. Pitch misses low with the changeup. It's 1-0. Luis Basabe hitting .538 with runners in scoring position. This is definitely not an ideal situation as Davis pitches himself into a corner and Estevez trying to close the deal now. Swing and a miss through that fastball. It's 1-1. Estevez can pump the cheddar cheese, if you will. Coming in at 98 miles an hour. Estevez takes the sign, comes set. 1-1 delivery. Kicks and fires. Misses high with that fastball at 99. It's 2-1. Basabe trying to come up huge for the White Sox here in the top of the ninth. They're down 8-7. First run scored since the fifth inning. Here's the 2-1. Popped up to short. Story's got it, and that'll do it. Rockies win this little nail biter 8-7 as they hold on for the victory. 3 in a row for the Rockies. High fives all around. Well, it wasn't easy, and they won it with some dramatics in the ninth. But Jeff Hoffman will take the victory here, as he was the pitcher of record when the Rockies took the lead. As they have a phenomenal comeback. They win this one 8-7. The Rockies win 8 runs on 13 hits. They beat the White Sox 7 runs on 12 hits. Hoffman takes the victory with Reynaldo Lopez taking the loss. Carlos Estevez gets the save. And the player of the game was Tony Walters, who went 2 for 3 with a home run and a triple. His home run ended up being the deciding factor. As the Rockies, after a rough start, Chicago scored 4 runs in the second inning off of Kyle Freeland. Rockies were able to answer back with 1 in the bottom of the second. And then the roles were reversed. Chicago added on a run in the fourth. Then the Rockies went off on Reynaldo Lopez, scored 5 runs to tie it at 5, or to take a 6-5 lead. They would then tie it in the top of the fifth. The Rockies then took the lead in the bottom of the fifth with home runs by Ryan McMahon and Tony Walters. And then it would kind of be held scoreless both sides until the White Sox were able to load the bases. They scored a run in the top of the seventh and then loaded the bases with 2 outs. But Carlos Estevez shuts the door. So Tony Walters, player of the game for the Rockies. Some notables for Chicago. Tim Anderson went 2 for 3 with a double, RBI and a run scored. Lurie Garcia goes 2 for 5 with a triple and a run scored. And Omar Mazzara 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And then James McCann with that pinch hit RBI single in the top of the ninth. For Colorado, Sam Hilliard goes 2 for 4 with a triple, a double, and a couple of RBIs. Raimel Tapia with a huge 3-run pinch hit home run in the fourth inning. And Ryan McMahon 1 for 3 with a home run, RBI, and 2 runs scored in this one. So that'll do it for this one. The Rockies will take on Chicago in the second game of the series tomorrow, going for the series sweep. And that'll do it just about here for the Sideline Crowd. I'm Skylar Timmons. Again, we want to remind you that we're not affiliated with Colorado Rockies, Major League Baseball, or MLB The Show. Just doing this for fun. You can find us here on the Sideline Crowd on YouTube and also Facebook and Twitter. And we got some plans here in the near future for the return of the Sideline Crowd podcast that you'll be able to find on Spotify and your other mediums that you get your podcasts. And so you can stay tuned on our Facebook channel, our Facebook page for that. But that'll do it here. Once again, the Rockies win it. Their 3rd in a row as they win this one 8-7. Thank you so much for joining us this Tuesday afternoon, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.